So the topic of today's sermon is animal-like. A lot of people in Buddhism, we believe in karma, which means that we get reborn over and over again. And one of the things that we want is to always get a better rebirth. So we want to be reborn as humans or in heaven, or hopefully eventually get to nirvana. But the thing that we don't want is we don't want to fall and go to a bad rebirth, such as hell, animals, insects. We don't want those rebirths. So how do we avoid those? Well, first of all, you have to do good. If you do good things, then you get to have the better rebirths. If you do bad things, then you get the bad rebirth. It's very, very simple. There's a couple things that we can think about to help us do the good things. One thing is we don't want to be animal-like. There are things that animals do that are very bad habits, such as, you ever see how an animal eats? When an animal eats, they eat very messy, they eat very loud, and they eat very selfishly. And as a human, we have the option to eat respectfully, eat meticulously, eat carefully. And so people who eat messy, eat dirty, we're like animals. But that's just the small things. But you have the bigger things, such as animals kill each other. Animals who kill each other, they are destined to become animals again. Animals hunt, they kill. But as human beings, we have the option not to kill, not to hurt. But when we choose to hurt or kill, we're lowering ourselves to the level of animals. Animals, they steal. When they want something, they just take it. Human beings, we have the mental capacity not to steal. We have the mental capacity to know what is ours and what is theirs. And so as humans, if we go around taking what doesn't belong to us, we're no different than animals. Animals are not very careful when they choose a mate. When they want a partner, they just take it, which is a very bad thing. However, as humans, we can choose. We can respect when other people have chosen a mate. We don't take other people's partners. Animals, they bark, they growl, they scare each other, they act kind of mean to each other. But humans, we have a mouth. We can choose the nice things to say, we can smile, we can be kind to each other. But when we're mean, we're no different than animals. And these are the bad things that animals do that we should avoid. It's almost exactly like the 5 precepts. However, there are some things that animals even do better than us. Have you ever seen dogs when they fight? Let's say you have a big pack of dogs, like 3 or 4 dogs are angry at one dog. So they're like growling and fighting. The one dog is fighting back and growling, but they don't actually fight. What do? All the dogs team up on him, and finally when he decides he can't win, or finally when he decides that he's not strong enough, what does he do? That dog just gives up, lays down, and says, "I'm sorry," and stops fighting. Stops talking back, stops fighting, and just gives up. Right when that dog gives up, what do the other dogs do? They leave him alone. They don't hurt him, they don't bite him, they don't beat him up. They leave him alone because they realized, I won, I'm better, so we stop. But in human beings, what do? When we lose, what do? We plan revenge. When we lose, what do? We try to find a way to get them back. When we lose, we never give up. We fight and try to hurt them back. What about when we win? When we win, we take advantage of them. When we win, we make fun of them. When we win, we hurt them over and over and over again, never stopping. And this is a thing that even dogs know better. You win, you win. You lose. But as human beings, sometimes we don't know the difference. And these are the kind of things that we can think about in our everyday life to make us more human-like. Being human is a gift. Being human is an opportunity. Don't squander it by being like an animal, because eventually you will go back to being an animal, and that's not something that we want. Always try to get better and be good to people, because that way you always have a better rebirth and not a lower one.